RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief. The answer to your question is learn the goddamn process, trade your trading plans, don't take too much risk on any one trade, and just let yourself get rich.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of The Rational Investor. This is Julian, reporting in from, where do you guys think? Right here. Oh, wrong side. This one. See, the camera reverses it. It's confusing. There's something going on with my headphones. I want to just 1 second. I hate that this always happens, but I'm hearing some like crazy background noise, so I'm going to turn my headphones off and then turn them back on. 1 second, guys, because there's some weird background noise. My headphones are not sound canceling like they should be. Okay, now everything seems to be quiet, so it should be good. Let's see if anything happens. Wait, it's connecting. Oh yeah, I'm getting some weird noise from my. Okay, I think it's okay now. I just left the Discord. There was some weird background noise in the Discord. I'm going to try to rejoin and see if it comes back. No, it doesn't seem to be coming back. Okay, everything's good now. Okay, let's start the show. Hopefully everybody had a good week. Market is crazy as normal. I'm going to pull up the YouTube. Let's see who's in there. Hopefully we've got the normal people in the house. Let me see. Where are we? General chat, member lounge. Sorry, I'm like, today is a crazy day. Okay, let's see. Pulling you guys up here, shrinking myself shortly. Right, let's see if this chat is loading. I want to see the chat load. Load the chat. Let's see who's here today. In the meantime, I guess I will shrink my face and I will start looking at what I like to do. Okay, so let's look at sentiment survey. That's always the thing I look at first. Last week, August 30th, it was 33% bullish. All right, we've got Carter here, Fuzzy, Constantine. Hello, guys. 5 people watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Let's try to get it to 20 at least. I know it's like everything's just starting September, the fall, blah, blah, blah. So everybody's probably busy getting back to work and things like that after summer vacation. But hopefully we can get a bunch of people in here. Anyway, for the 5 people that are here, what do you think? I'm going to refresh this page in a minute. What do you think it's going to say for investor sentiment as of this week? Do you think they're more bullish now, or do you think they're more bearish? Or do you think it's unchanged? Any thoughts? Thoughts, opinions? What are you guys thinking? Cotter is thinking they're more bearish. They increased in their bearishness. Anyone else? Anyone else for the big prize? Maybe there is a prize. Maybe there's not. All right, more bearish. Fuzzy says anything goes. Wow, everyone says bear. And Randy neutral. Wow. Hello, Randy, by the way. 8 people watching. Dennis, is that a bull or a bear? What is that? I can't even tell what that is. Just type it. I'm not going to decipher these hieroglyphics you're posting. Josh post. All right, well, Josh, I have a feeling you cheated because I know you and you are a cheater. Okay. Bull. Okay, Dennis said bull. Josh, you don't count because I know you're cheating. But yes, bullish. Look at that massive increase. 10%. 10%. Incredible. It's 10% more bullish. Only 29.6% are bearish. Well, that makes me, as a sort of semi-perma bear, Josh is definitely a cheater. 29.6% are only 29.6% are bearish. This is huge, like really huge. So this is exactly what I want to see as a like semi-perma bear. I think this is great. I love that people are really bullish. I don't know why they are, but I guess because of the spike we had. Like here's the weekly chart, right? So people thought because we had that big spike that we were going to continue higher. But look at what's been happening. We're rolling over. And look at this weekly chart. Like if I draw... So the thing I don't like is that if I draw this, right? Let me just get this perfect. We didn't actually fully break down yet. It's like in the process. It's working on it. Kind of in no man's land. But I like that. Like I would have liked to have seen price make a little bit of a higher high here. Like this. And created that divergence with RSI. But it didn't. Which makes me a little bit cautious. But if we can get this breakdown, if this can start breaking down, then this breaks down and the whole house of cards falls apart. That's what I want to see. God, that's funny. That's what I would like to see, but it's too early to say which direction we're going to head in. Let's look at these lower time frames and see if we can glean anything from it. I mean, on the 3-day chart, right? Still basically intact, still no breakdown. We had the mini breakdown. Now we're sitting in we're sitting around the VIP line, which is what I like to call no man's land. Brian, if he's watching, should know that no man's land is not a good place to be in. And anyone that's played tennis knows that. So we're kind of in a weird spot where if we break down from here, we're going to go down hard. If we move up from here, we could probably move up to new highs. One of those two things is going to happen. The objective of today is to figure out which one. But here's the problem. As I talked about last week, sometimes you don't have enough data and you've got to wait for more data to come in. And that's kind of where I feel like we're at, where there's not enough data. The market's in an area where it's going to enjoy playing with you until it finally decides a direction. So for now, we've got to play it safe. You have to play it safe. I mean, on the 4-hour, you could trade a 4-hour, right? And let's say you trade the 4-hour. Like this is your breakdown right here, and then you could have shorted up here on the breakdown 4,500. Could have written it down. You got your 7, 8, and 9 Tom DeMark that came in. Anyone that doesn't know about Tom DeMark should probably look it up because it's a pretty powerful signal. You can see we're hitting a 9, and we're at the bottom of my support channel. So this is I use something called Trend Heuristic by Insilico. It is a paid thing, but it works very well to provide support and resistance areas. And you can see we're hitting that resistance area, along with, if we go to a daily chart, we're hitting this 50 EMA. Traditionally, it works as a massive support level. So be careful with any kind of bearish exuberance. I'm more so talking to myself than anyone else here. Good morning, Chris. So just be careful with that and understand that you need to move below these lows, 43.50, before you can get too bearish, or we need to break back above these highs, and then we're going to go to new highs. That's kind of all you've got. I wish I had something better, but the problem is that you're in no man's land. This is literally, the market could sit here for a very long time. If the weekly is on the VIP level, the 3-day is at the VIP level, and the daily is at the VIP level, it means the market has no idea where it's going and has no direction at all. There's literally zero direction as far as momentum indicators are concerned. And when I see this, I just stop trading. I almost always stop because I never want to see a weekly and a 3-day sitting at the VIP level. When that happens, nothing happens in the market. I mean, look at here. Here's a good example, right? Look at what they did when we were sitting at this VIP level. It did nothing from April to basically the middle of May. All you did was get FU moves up and down. We're hunting liquidity. Something like that is probably going to keep happening here until we get a direction. Okay? So understand, don't take long-term directional bias trades just yet. Especially if you're in options, you're going to get destroyed on the time premium. Okay, let me look at a little bit lower time frame. 4-hour chart. Like I said, the daily, weekly, anything can happen. 4-hour chart looks like it's trying to reverse. Some kind of push higher is happening here. You do have this 9 that's come in. I need to see follow through. I have to see something like this, right? Push higher, pull back, W, push through the W. So price would have to do something like this, or even do this, or just go straight up. One of those, and then you can consider a long trade. But until that happens, really you should just sit on your hands. I mean, if you're in shorts, I guess you could hold them still. There's potential to go lower. But hopefully you did take some profits. I wouldn't keep holding your maximum short position considering where we're at on a 4-hour chart. Sorry, a little bit thirsty. Okay, so that is the 4-hour. On a 1-hour, what is happening? Do we have enough data points to make a conclusion? And the answer is yes. It looks like we're reversing bullishly. Also, if we look at the fib range, do we have location for this potential long opportunity? Something like that. We barely tagged the 61.8. I like, as you guys know, I like this area for long, 78.6, 88.6. We did not come down to that, but we do have a divergence here. Do you see the divergence with the RSI? Look at the divergence here. So you've got price making a lower low, and you've got RSI making a higher low. Look at that. And now you have your breakout of basically the W. So there's your reversal. So if I had to guess, I would say that the market is likely going to push higher here. You're going to push back up, and then maybe we'll run into some resistance here, and then we'll decide a direction. Either we go all the way up or we roll over again. We're just playing the range for now because of that weekly chart like I talked about. Hello, David. Welcome, welcome. If you guys haven't, press that like button. I want to get at least 20 people in here, and then I can give my spiel. I think most of you are already members of the site. If you're not, consider joining. Don't forget the school program is open. We're going to run, been sending out emails. If you know anyone that wants to get into the school or that you think should learn how to trade, now would be the time, honestly, because the economy is not doing well. And we have we will probably have, and it's fine, it's not a big deal, this is expected, we will have probably one of the lowest class sizes that we've had in years, which is great for anybody signing up now because you're going to get a lot of personal attention. So if you know anyone that's been putting off wanting to learn to trade and all this kind of stuff, consider recommending the school to that person now when there's going to be a lower number of students in the class, which means you're going to get a lot more attention. I mean, during the raging bull markets, that's when we get most of the people. And unfortunately, they don't get as much attention as they could now, but nobody's interested now. That's the funny thing. So, during the last craziness bull run, we had in some semesters, we'd have over 300, 400, 500 students. Now, that's not just one class. That's multiple levels. But now you could probably get into a class and maybe there's only 30 other students or something like that. So something to consider if you prefer that personal attention. Just a recommendation. This is the accumulation phase. That doesn't just mean accumulating crypto coins. That means accumulating possibly knowledge, working on yourself. I mean, you see, we're making a lot of changes at TRI. We're constantly still building. Brian likes to call this the development cycle for a reason. So just a little tidbit about the school and recommendation. Consider jumping in now. The sign-up's only open for another 3 days. I'll talk about it again at the end, but I need to mention it. Okay, so S&P looks like it's reversing on the hourly. Where could we end up going? This would be a good first target right here. Let me reverse this. Okay, good first target right here, 44.94. Second target is 45.12, and then 45.22. Those are the three targets where I would take profits on this kind of range trade. And why is it a range trade? Again, because the weekly and the 3-day are stuck at those VIP levels that I talked about before. Okay, that's the S&P. Let's look at what is the big one that everyone talks about all the time. NVIDIA. What is going on with NVIDIA? I've been seeing some rumors about false sales and fabrication, that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go into it. You can Google it yourself if you're interested. The big thing is that NVIDIA broke down on a weekly chart. This is a harder breakdown than the S&P had. If we go to a 3-day, it looks like pure disaster. We had our sight bounce. And with NVIDIA, unlike the S&P, with NVIDIA, we have a very clear textbook divergence. Okay, 6 potentials on a 3-day chart. If we go to a daily, let's see how many potentials it says here. But it's the same. You have RSI making not as high of a high and the price making a higher high. And you've got 6 potential divergences that came in on that move. I am short NVIDIA. I shorted it back here at 483. So I'm currently in nice profits. on a small option trade that expires in end of October. Looking for the fill of this gap, although my option is at about 400 up here. So all NVIDIA has to do is, if it retraces down to this gap, I'll make insane money. Absolutely insane on this option. I don't think that I will be shocked if it happens that quickly, but it definitely could. I don't see why any reason why it couldn't. Look at the perfect so breakdown, reversal, tag of this trend line. The tag of this trend line is my short. I mean, it was a little bit messy here, but nice to see it breaking down. It did create a gap, so maybe we have to fill this gap before we continue moving lower. Very messy looking chart, and I want to see us break below this VIP. Otherwise, we could put in another W. But if there was ever, I haven't seen a better opportunity to short NVIDIA than I am seeing right now. This is probably the best opportunity. I mean, price already broke down a bit. If you're not already in a short, then I would wait for some kind of gap fill here and see if you can get a better position. Because for now, there is, like I said, the potential to fill this gap, price to move up, and then you can maybe get into a short and set some tight stops. So that's what I'm seeing on NVIDIA. You really have to look at it. It's a very volatile stock. You really have to look at it from these daily, 3-day, and weekly charts, and it doesn't look great. It looks perfectly ripe for a short opportunity, which worries me because it's almost too good to be true. So and people have been trying to short NVIDIA for what seems like forever, and they haven't been successful. So let's see, can the house of cards roll over? And if it can, then it's probably going to take everything else down with it. So this is a big one that I'm kind of watching, including QQQs, but NVIDIA is a huge part of QQQs. You can see how this looks almost exactly the same. Something interesting about QQQs is you can see that if I draw a fib on this entire range from the previous high to the previous low, the price came right into my short zone. This is, if the market is in a range, we're looking at a weekly chart, but if the market's in a massive range, then this is our short opportunity right here. That's it. We're at it. And you could even say that 1, 2. Hold on, I'm just seeing something. 1, 2, 3, 5. So something else to consider, ABC. I'm just seeing something with harmonics. Okay, I'm going to leave that out. I'm going to leave out any kind of Elliott wave stuff. Glad to see we have 70 people in here. If you're new here, say hello. I will personally greet you. But yeah, as I was saying, we're right in my short zone. See this red box? I drew this quite a while ago. And you can see how the QQQs are just tagging in this box. This would have been the perfect area to enter your shorts. And now we're kind of just waiting for things to break down. And look at this. This is great. This looks a lot more bearish than the S&P. There are two ways to draw this. So I'd like the second, basically the second line to break down. I want to see that break down, and then I can really jump on the shorts hard. I have some shorts, but not too much because I want to wait for that confirmation. This has been such a crazy market. I don't want to get burned by going too heavy. That's QQQs, NVIDIA. I'm trying to think, do I want to show you guys any other shorts? Let's see, how far am I into this? Wait 1 second, let me refresh the feed. Okay. I'm about 20 minutes in. Yeah, yep, it's all good. So about 20 minutes into this. Okay. Let's look at DXY really quick. DXY is just zooming higher. Nothing is standing in the path of this thing yet. Daily chart is possibly putting in a potential divergence. You can see the 3 potential divergences coming in. We did clear these previous highs, running into the resistance with these other highs. If we clear these, everything's rolling over and DXY is just going to moon completely. But for now, I would not get too rah-rah bullish just yet. This is a major resistance area we're coming into. 3-day looks extremely strong. Weekly is also looking strong. There's a big case to be made for the bulls. on DXY, which means bearish for everything else. So let's segue into gold with that. Let's see how gold looks on a weekly. On a weekly chart, gold looks like the inverse of the dollar. Doesn't look great at all. It's below that VIP level, looking extremely confused. Go to a daily chart. Let me delete some of these lines. Oops, don't want to delete the entire indicator. Delete, delete, delete. On a daily, it just looks like it's in no man's land. Delete, delete. We broke down from this original uptrend channel, came back, tagged it, and now we're rolling back over. The question is, how far down can this go? And it's tough to say because this daily chart is all over the place. These lower time frames are not that reliable. Mostly it's this 3-day and this weekly that are making me think bearish still. But the RSI is quite ugly on the chart here. Let me try a daily. Let's see if we can look at something with chaos here. So if we look at chaos, and this is your top, like that, and there's your midpoint, we could say that we're basically hitting. Let me make this a bit bigger. Sorry guys, I know this is a little bit confusing looking. We could say that this is your 1.618 level. Like that. That's your 1.618, which is why price is bouncing around. And 4.669 is all the way down here. So if things break down, I mean, gold could potentially retrace all the way down to 1600 while the US dollar skyrockets. That would be shocking and probably fuck over a lot of people. Really would mess up a lot of people. Hello, Phil. I've never seen you here. Welcome, welcome. I will be looking at Bitcoin shortly, but I think it's important to pay attention to these other markets. So yeah, gold not looking great. It does look like it's potentially putting in a small bottom here and could bounce. But again, I don't give too much credit to these lower time frames, especially when a weekly chart is not looking great. But it also at the same time, it's very close to the VIP level. So it could do something like this. I don't see it zooming higher. That's the one thing I don't see. What I do see is potentially this or a pullback. It depends massively on what happens with the US dollar. Okay, the thing that everyone wants to know about, Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Let's look at crypto. What is happening? Just keep in mind, by the way, guys, Bitcoin is just another stock. It's just like a stock. It's no different. I don't know what the craze is with Bitcoin. I've kind of questioned it multiple times. And it's I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it is in a way just another stock. So Bitcoin had a major breakdown, right? On this weekly chart, you can see it pretty clearly that there was this breakdown. We have an 8 on the Tom DeMark coming in. We also have a 9 that came in. All of this is going to provide massive support for Bitcoin. You have an 8 on the daily. Huge support everywhere here. Big support level. RSI has not crossed over to show momentum, but I don't take Tom DeMark signals lightly, and I think that Bitcoin looks like it doesn't want to go lower from here. The only thing that could take Bitcoin out and send it lower would be if the rest of the market really rolled over. If the rest of the market really rolled over, then I don't see Bitcoin surviving. I think it would probably have to roll over with everything else. But as of right now, it looks like a decent opportunity to consider longs and watch it, move higher again. I'm also kind of surprised that we didn't get any more of a drop, because this looked like a liquidity hunt to me. Like a hunt liquidity to the upside, stop out all the shorts, and then roll over. That's what I expected to happen before, and yet it's done nothing but put in somewhat of a base. It's just putting in a base, putting in a base, putting in a base. There's been no real serious dump. The daily looks like it's slowly trying to reverse. 3-day still looks like crap. It just does. It looks like crap. Oh, the weekly is, I think it's just in no man's land, but you do have this 8 that is providing support. I'm a little bit disappointed. I want Bitcoin down here at 11,000 so I can buy some, but obviously that's not going to happen because there's lots of people who seem to be happy to buy it at 25,000. So Bitcoin, I wish I could give some clear 100% clear direction on this. Only thing I can say is it looks like it's putting in a base and it wants to reverse higher. I don't know exactly where. Price is so volatile. I hate trading it. I mean, look at this spike move. These spike moves happen. The majority of moves with Bitcoin happen in like an hour, like 1 hour, 2 hours, and that's it. And then roll over, and the majority of the move happened within 2 hours. Same thing here. You did nothing forever at 29,000, and then what happened? A cascade move. The first part of the move did take a bunch of hours. That was more normal. But then as things accelerated, you had only like 8 hours before price just completely collapsed. Meanwhile, most of the time, price does almost nothing. It's normal for markets to do something like this because this is how the majority of traders get screwed over. But with Bitcoin, I think it is far more extreme than what I normally see in markets. And it's a big part of why I don't like trading it that much. Okay, sorry guys, very thirsty. Let's look at, I don't have really a forecast with Bitcoin. I really wish I did. You guys know I like to give trades, but I just don't with this one. The best that I can say is you could take a long here and just set your stop below lows. So something like that. This, you could even just mark it, buy it there, and then set a low below the highest low, and then pick your target. And what is your target? I don't even, usually I use chaos to draw the target, but if you assume this is a range, then we can just say at the top of the range. So that would be right up here at about 30,000, 30 to 31,000. So it's a 7-to-1, 6.5 to 1 risk reward ratio trade. It's not a bad trade at all. Not at all, bad at all. Okay, somebody asked about TUP. Fuzzy asked about TUP. Yes, I did get stopped out on TUP. I am not in TUP right now. I got stopped out on, I took the trade at around 240 or so. It went below that low, and I got stopped out down here at like 230 or something. I'm still watching it. I might get in another long, but it's not looking great. I don't like that it's just sitting at this midpoint level, so I'm just waiting on the sidelines for now on TUP. I think I'll talk about it more in the after party. So yeah, let's see how much time have we gone by here, because I want to talk about the Japanese yen. I want to talk about a bunch of other crypto coins. Bitcoin looks like it's really moving here. It's trying to move. Interesting to see that. Okay, so we're about 28 minutes in. I'm gonna call it for the public live stream, and I think we will jump into the private one, and I'll go over a bunch of crypto coins. We're gonna talk about some other stocks, some potential shorts, some potential long trades. I do have some things I can talk about. I just am holding them back for the public show because I think they're pretty valuable and should be spoken about for our members. I don't trade Quotex, TOSIF. You can ask more questions in the private stream that I'm going to do in a second. One thing I wanted to touch on is our level 1 school is live. So consider heading over there, and let me pull up the page. It's very easy. Just join.therationalinvestor.com and you will see the school signups are open. Level 1 if you want all 3, or an upgrade if you're a previous level 1 student. You've only got 3 more days, guys. And like I said, this class is probably going to be one of our smallest classes that we've had in maybe 4 or 5 years. So if you really want personal attention and you want a good deal, because this price is it's a special price for this term, and we hadn't planned to offer this again. So we're just doing it one last time, and then I don't think you're going to get the personalized attention for this price anymore, because to be honest, it's just not economically viable. So we will be changing actually the level 1 product in the future going forward. So if you're really interested, or you know anyone interested that would like to take the level 1, as all of you veterans remember it being, now might be the last time, honestly. If we do offer it again, it might be at if it includes all of the personal attention, if it includes that, it might be at a much higher price, or it will be a different product where we just have the school, but there's no real personal attention side. That's very important to us, but the issue is you have to have a certain level of volume to cover all the costs. It's not. There's a reason most programs don't provide this level of personal attention, because it's very expensive. Anyway, okay, wanted to show that. Consider getting in the school, or suggesting people if you know anyone that might be interested. I'm not going to beat a dead horse with this. Hopefully you guys have a great week. If you are a TRI Silver member, I will, or even a site veteran or something, I will see you in the after party, which we're going to start like 2 minutes after this. If you're not, consider joining. Free trial, nothing can hurt, and then you can join us in the after party too. Okay, bye everybody. I will see you next week.